All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. Today is the day. It is Olympia Prejudging tonight, and just a couple hours after you watch this video, the men's open bodybuilders will be getting on stage. So make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed already for all the Olympia coverage on this channel. Now, the first story that I have for you guys today, a little bit of a classic physique Olympia preview. Chris Bumstead and Breon Ansley. These are pictures taken during the weigh-ins yesterday. Obviously, classic physique. They have height categories. You have to weigh under a certain weight. If you are within a certain height category, Chris and Breon are in two different height categories, and they had to weigh in. But during that process, you got to see the rare one-day-out physique update from both Chris and Breon. They both hit a front double bicep pose at the weigh-ins yesterday. So here for your comparison is a front double bicep of Chris and Breon. Chris decided to leave his pants on. Breon has his off, so you really can't compare their lower bodies. But what do you guys think about this comparison here? To me, I think Chris looks a lot sharper here than he was looking in some of those pictures and videos that he posted. Breon looks about the same, like about where he's been at with a lot of these recent physique updates showing what kind of condition Breon was in. But I think Chris definitely is a little bit leaner here, a little bit drier here than what we were seeing from Chris leading up to the Olympia. I think Chris looks fantastic here. And we'll be looking when he gets on stage to see if he's made the improvements that he wanted to make to his biceps, the improvements to his back. But looking at this front double bicep, the thing that I like about Chris in this shot is that crazy lat to waist ratio. His lats are just so crazy wide, and his waist is just so crazy small. To me, that is classic. And then Breon, to me, his biceps have always been a strong point, but the peaks of his biceps here almost look better than they've looked in the past. It almost looks like Breon has made improvements to his arms, which is tremendously impressive because he already had really good arms in the first place. You can see a little bit of a cross-feathering in the teardrop of his quads there. Not as crazy of a lat-to-waist ratio as Chris Bumstead has, but still a pretty good one. Not hitting a vacuum pose in this particular front double bicep. But overall, I think this is an exciting sneak peek into one of the most exciting rivalries in all of the Olympia. I mean, everyone wants to see Chris versus Breon. It's one of the rivalries that I think is going to be selling a lot of pay-per-view streams. So let me know in the comment section below, who do you have winning, Breon Ansley or Chris Bumstead? Comment below. Spam the comment section with Olympia predictions. Now, also in classic physique updates, you've got a physique update from Ruff Diesel in Brandon Curry fashion, staring out the window like Brandon was doing in his physique update. And he says in his caption, trying to see what Brandon Curry is always looking at. Terrence in a little bit more flattering lighting than the physique update that we saw from him yesterday in John Meadows' hotel room or in his hotel room. Not the best lighting. In this one, you've got some really good natural lighting. Terrence, a lot of his physique updates over the course of his prep have also been taken in similar lighting to this, that window lighting. And I wanted to show a physique update from Terrence in addition to the Chris Bumstead and Breon Ansley ones, because I think Terrence is going to be third. I see Terrence in the top three. I think his posing, I've said this before, his posing is like the best in the IFBB. He's got a great structure, a great classic physique, very balanced physique, very good proportions. His conditioning looks good based on this picture. But you also had a physique update of Terrence from the weigh-ins. Now, this physique update of Terrence at the weigh-ins hitting this front double bicep, I really think is not a flattering picture of Terrence. I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know if it's the flash. I don't know if it's the angle. But his physique looks very dark, like it's washed out. You can't really see a whole lot of detail, and I really don't know. Obviously he's got detail, and obviously he's in shape based on that other picture and that good lighting. But the lighting here, for whatever reason, is just not doing Terrence any favors. But you can kind of see just the outline of Terrence, how classic the silhouette of his physique is. I think he's going to be top three, and then right next to Terrence, Alex Cambronero, who I think is going to be in that first call-out as well. I think I predicted him in fourth. Alex Cambronero, who just won the 2020 Arnold Classic physique category. Very dangerous bodybuilder. He brings very good conditioning. That, to me, is like one of the stronger points of his physique, is his conditioning is really nice. So those guys right there, all these physique updates that we just got, that's probably going to be your top four in the classic physique Olympia. That's probably going to be your first and final call-out. Now, also, I just wanted to thank Allmax Nutrition and the team over there. They decided they wanted to sponsor my Olympia weekend coverage. So that's why you're seeing the different intros on the videos. That's only for the Olympia weekend coverage. They've been very good to me, very good to the channel. So if you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description box below if you want to shop Allmax. They've been great to me, like I said. So I would appreciate it if you supported them like they've supported me. And without further ado, here's the Allmax mid-roll ad for this video. Now, next up in the news, one of the big stories of this year's Mr. Olympia was the fact that female bodybuilding was finally making its return to the Olympia stage after years of basically being canceled. Well, if you guys were watching Prejudging earlier for women's bodybuilding, you guys might have noticed that Iris Kyle was not at that Prejudging. She was not in the lineup at all, and Iris Kyle was a big point of conversation when it came to the return of female bodybuilding, because Iris Kyle is the winningest female bodybuilder of all time. So she wasn't there at Prejudging. So everyone's asking, where's Iris? Why wasn't she in the first call out? Where is she? Well, apparently she is out of the show at the last minute because she is severely ill. Now, I don't know exactly what is wrong with her, but fitnessvault.com is reporting that she is out of the 2020 Olympia, citing health reasons as the reason. And they say story is coming up on their website shortly. So I guess we're going to get the full details on Fitness Vault. So check them out. But yeah, major shock to a lot of people, a lot of female bodybuilding fans. Iris Kyle's return was something that a lot of people were anticipating. And they were talking about her coming back even up until like the athletes meeting. So get well soon, Iris. I hope it's nothing too serious. Now, as I'm recording this, a classic physique athlete that we just talked about, Alex Cambronero, just posted another physique update, an actual video posing in his hotel room at 18 hours out from stepping on stage. So I'm going to roll that video for you guys here, and let me know what you guys think. Where do you think that Alex is going to place? Let me know your predictions for Classic, not just who's going to win, but give me your top 3. Give me your first call out. Give me your top 6. Let me know who you guys think is going to be in the mix, gunning for that title. But based on this video that we're seeing from Alex Cambronero, I think that confirms my opinion that he's going to be in that first call out. I think he looks fantastic. He's a great classic bodybuilder, and I think he's got a ton of potential in this year's lineup. Now, next up in the news, I know that we're just hours away from Prejudging now. These men's open bodybuilders will be stepping on stage around 7 p.m. Eastern time. But we got a brief glimpse of Hunter Labrada getting his tan on. So you can kind of get a glimpse of the shape that Hunter's in, but not really. We're going to have to wait until he steps on stage. But Hunter's one of the guys for me that I think is going to be a wild card at this show. For his placing potentially in the top 10, I think he could be anywhere from 10th to like 5th or 6th if we're getting really crazy. I really like Hunter's physique. I think the main thing he needs to bring up to be really competitive in a lineup like this is going to be his back. So it's going to be interesting to see in the comparisons how his back stacks up against some of these more seasoned IFBB pros. But Hunter is a guy I'm really looking closely at tonight at Prejudging to see where he falls. Maybe second call-out would be a good call-out for Hunter. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, where you think Hunter will place. Now, a final physique update that we got prior to Prejudging, Regan Grimes taking 24 hours out from stepping on stage. A back shot from his hotel room, Team HD muscle, showing off how he's looking at less than a day from stepping on stage. And Regan looks to me like he's in pretty good shape. I don't think he's going to be completely off, but honestly, I've said this a couple times recently. I really like Regan. I really like his structure. I really like his physique. But a lot of the updates that I saw of Regan recently, he just didn't really look that depleted. He didn't look super shredded to me, so I'm kind of leery about predicting a high placing for Regan because I have a feeling the conditioning is not going to be spot on. I think Regan has a ton of potential. I think one day he could be a top call-out caliber guy, but I think his conditioning is going to need to be stepped up from where it's at right now. That's just my honest opinion. Regan, don't get mad at me, bro. You know I love you, but I got to keep it real with these predictions. So that is going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I'm going to have another video coming for you guys tonight, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a Prejudging wrap-up video and then finals for 212. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. As always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.